Hey guys, welcome back, and let's talk about this woman with fiery hair, shall we? Thursday. On the side of a bush-covered hill 2 kilometres from Tai O Road. Through the scope of my M110, I was staring at a factory 1 kilometre away. There was another vantage point around the factory. It was the closest FPP available. Final firing position. Wind speed was 4.3 meters per second. There were no signs of that changing. Mil dot 4 minus 2. I'd laid out put it next to me in a straight line. Warming them up in the sun. Wow, is she a sniper now? Was this a different person? Or 2:10 PM. A small yellow sedan drove up to a factory entrance. Loading. The door opened and a woman full head of red hair got out of the car. Her name was Liwa. She was the head of a firearms smuggling team of a blood gang. Aiming. I pulled the trigger. The target was down. I saw a flash from a window of a 2nd floor factory. There was another sniper aiming at me. A bullet pierced and shattered a scope. I jerked myself to the side. The bullet didn't go through my eyes as my opponent had hoped, but it gave me a severe injury. Right side of my face was burning, it felt like it was on fire. I lowered my body and slid down to the other side of the slope. I got onto a motorcycle and prepared in advance. However, on the way back, my consciousness began drifting away. I lost control of the vehicle. The bike tumbled headfirst into a ditch. Blood was mixing in muddy water with a ditch. It was black and red everywhere. Whilst Lee Howard had been killed, completing a mission like this was rather embarrassing. Perhaps this wasn't the right job for me after all. Wait, there's... Lisa's now gone into assassinry? I'm going to pull the trigger of a sniper, hopefully. I could see the smoke, but my opponent had dodged my killing shot. Nevertheless, I'd earned enough time to disengage. Mission accomplished. I lowered my body and slid down the other side of a slope. Got into a motorcycle and prepared and advanced. I rode away faster in a breeze. I reported the news to the radio and luxury suite to the top floor of Melody Hall. He was very happy. I have something for you. He picked up my coat from the floor and pulled out a small box in his pocket. He then handed it to me with his left hand. It's a shame I can't help you put it on. Later, I put the glamorous jewelled necklace into my special treasure box collection. Then I took out a necklace with a cross on it. It was a necklace I'd worn ever since I was a kid. I put it into an envelope. I wanted to mail it to my brother. Over the last 4 years, I've been regularly sending money into the orphanage back at home. Aunt Benita had also written back to me a couple of times. She told me that Carlos had been doing well, but he'd worked very hard in school. He's been grown up now, but he's become a fine young man. I really wish that one day I could get a letter written by him. Okay, didn't expect that. She got a new profile. Let's have a quick check of profiles. Alicia. Yeah, she really changed, isn't she?
No puedo regresar. Carlos, te extraño.
I like that new look for Alicia. Hot, fiery, feisty. I like that. We got a new one for Lee Wen. A cat. Loads of stuff there. Still got 5 people I don't know. But now we got this one down here. What's this one? Wen Xiaowen and this one, bachelor's pad, keep out. I wonder if that's Jimmy's roommate. The weather been getting warmer. I sat on the roof of a classroom building watching the boys down on the basketball court. They were trying to compete to see who would look the coolest while making a shot. So childish. A few days ago, photos of me and Mr. Wen were posted on my school BBS and all gone viral in school. Had to explain the whole thing to Miss Yang and even my school supervisor. People in the school eventually learned that we were just neighbours and we'd not been living together. Still, there were some trashy people who insisted it was not a coincidence that we were living so close. But even some more blatant people would follow me after school. However, these people are not going to get anything, because ever since that day, I've not seen him myself. He hadn't come to school, he hadn't been home. Lights went off every night. I didn't have a courage to go knock on his door even though he was right next to mine. Maybe he'd moved away, since I brought him into so much trouble. Just when my mind was racing all over the place, I got a text message from Jing. Breaking news, Mr. Wen's back. The art classroom this afternoon will resume as normal. I couldn't believe my eyes. However, he must have gone missing these days because of photos and everything. If I went to his class, people wouldn't people gossiping around us. Then I would be causing him even more trouble. But if I didn't go, people would still be gossiping, right? What should I do? The deserting today in this cafeteria was yogurt. I opened a cup, but didn't really have much of an appetite for it. So I left it on the table. It was so hot today. I remember my hand and knocked it over. The yogurt spilled all over the floor, making a big white mess. I took out some napkins and wiped the floor absent-mindedly. By the time I was done, the art class was already over. I lay on the roof staring at the grey sky. Another text from Jing. The classroom was full today. You should have been there to see how I shut those people from bad-mouthing you. At the end of the class, Mr. Wen wrote up everyone's sketches. Tore up everyone's sketches, this man. I probably should have gone to the class. What should I do about the day after tomorrow? Our next person, who would we have? The 113th minute, Mario Götze. You really naming yourself Mario Götze? Stop the ball and hit a perfect shot. Goal! Argentina had lost in the World Cup final. It was over. Game over. Oh, come on, I stayed the whole night for this. I pounded my table as hard as I could. No one's going to complain anyway. Everyone already gone home, otherwise I wouldn't be here watching the final all by myself. Gaokao had been over a month ago. My best friend's all travelling around the country. No, I'm a globe. One would have to be completely nuts to be still living in a school dorm. Yes, I was talking about myself. Well, Jimmy too. Since my family was moving and my parents are both too busy with their jobs, they had told me to stay at school for a couple more days. What's worse, I had to be in charge of moving myself, so I was unable to go out and have some fun. The last summer of high school wasted. I don't know what Jimmy had been up to recently. See, it wasn't even 5 AM, he was already gone. Well, we wouldn't be spending too many days together anyway. Jimmy said his father's business seemed to be going well now, so he should be going back to Hong Kong soon. I told him I'd like to do a formal send-off, and by formal I just mean getting some grilled chicken wings at a grill bar in his school. He said it wasn't necessary, but I killjoy. Oh, so tired. I decided to eat this apple before I went back to bed. I rinsed the apple off and put it back on my desk, but I accidentally knocked it on the floor. You dare hide from me, Apple. I'm going to wash you again and you're still getting eaten. I looked down and noticed a basin underneath Jimmy's bed. It's giving off a faint smell. I had a bad feeling about this. I pulled it out from under his bed out of curiosity. Oh boy. Dear God. I don't really believe in God, but I had to call out his name. It was filled with dirty clothes and stinging socks, all submerged in water. A real problem? Who knows how long these things have been in there? Didn't even dare to guess the age of these little mushrooms that were growing and thriving in the clothes. A strong sour smell filled the air. Just like that, I was sitting in the middle of our room for over an hour. Jimmy finally came back. I decided not to go to sleep so I could confront him about the disgusting thing. But staring the entire time and felt like I might pass out at any moment. Jimmy, do you ever worry about us getting cancer with a chemical weapon like this in our room? Alright, I'll clean it up now. And then he just dumped the entire basin, including the mushrooms, all into a common washing machine. Dear Lord, to call out his name once again. He's always been a great friend, smart, reliable, loyal. The only problem was he never cared about hygiene. I always considered myself to be pretty messy, but I never imagined I would meet someone worse. I was stunned. Well, okay. So that's Rocky, is it? Let's see what we can solve with problems then, shall we? Hey, I realised. Have Jimmy and Rocky both graduated from high school already? Lee Wen's letter was about something that happened not long after a previous incident. She must still be in high school, right? You're right. If our letters arrived together for us, the events I experienced might not have happened at the same time. In fact, they could have happened days apart, months, or even years, or centuries. For us, time is not an absolute concept, so it's only relative. When we receive our letters, it is purely determined by the casual links amongst them. For example, we received a letter saying that Jimmy will be going back to Hong Kong after graduation. That means this event was already bound to happen. I see. Let's try that. I'm going to make his life horrible and just make her hot. I lay in my roof staring at a grey sky. I was counting my clouds. To go or not to go? To go or not to go? I didn't know how many I'd counted before I fell asleep. I didn't wake up until it was already dark. There was a new text message on my phone. So basically she fell asleep. Well done. Jimmy finally came back. His gaming console was lying in the middle of spilled water in the island in the middle of a dark lake. He'd lost it. How dare you break my consoles! How dare you not wash your clothes for so long? That's none of your business. Oh, but it is, and it's not even the first time. What are you talking about? I'm talking about those photos that you secretly took. I'm the one who posted them. What did you just say? You have a crush on Lee Wen, right? You stalked her. Such a psycho loser. If you like her, why don't you just tell her already? None of your business. He tossed his console away and lunged at me. We were wrestling and rolling with dirty wood until RA pulled us apart. He made it clear we hadn't already graduated. He made sure we suffered most of the consequences. Like Jim and I went to a grill bar in school and ate an unhealthy amount of chicken wings. That was the end of our high school era. I wouldn't miss it. I'll try that instead. Exactly the same. Okay. If I get yours on the right sorted out first, I can then sort one on the left. The yogurt tasted stranger than usual. Had it gone bad, maybe? Well, that would already be great for me. Just go and hide in the infirmary with a stomachache. The art classroom was on way to the infirmary. I couldn't help myself, so I snuck in the back door and tried to peek inside through a small glass window. They were doing sketch practice today. Mr. Wen standing with his back towards me was looking at Rocky's sketch. Why was Rocky drawing that Mr. Wen would be watching so closely? I stood up on my toes, suddenly turned around. Thank God I crouched down just in time. However, sudden movement must have caused her stomach to start hurting. Felt like it was a bad cramp. Fortunately, it wasn't too bad. When I got to the infirmary, with a hand pressed against my stomach. I stayed there until the end of school. So. Let's try that. You would always half-assed everything, never followed through with anything. You would never learn if I didn't teach my lesson this time, plus I really couldn't stand this any longer. His dirty clothes and mushrooms just spilled on the floor, with smelly water flooding throughout the room. Ah, here came the star of the show. Jimmy had just walked in. He let out a grunt of surprise and immediately walked over to his bed, picking up his precious gaming console. He even stepped over a few mushrooms. You win. Recognised my anger and started cleaning the room. As long as he learned his lesson. Okay. So I need that knocking over. Let's try that. Yogurt tastes strange, or strange and neutral, I should say. It's gone bad, it would be great for me. Okay. And my boyfriend drank the whole cup. A lot of customers on the way. So go back door, try to peek inside. Rocky was sound asleep, drooling with his mouth open. Ching was focused. Mr. Wen would be insane to help us get through his time. This man standing with his back towards me, looking at Jing's sketch. He must have liked to be looking at it so closely. So my toes and tried to see a sketch for myself. He suddenly turned around. Thank God I crouched down just in time. However, the sudden movement must have caused my stomach to start hurting. I felt like it was a bad cramp. It was getting worse and worse. Leaning against the door and crumpled, I felt like I was dreaming. In my dream, he was carrying me back on his back. He asked me where I wanted to go. I said I wanted to go see the rainbow on the Shuanglong Mountain. I heard a rainbow was gorgeous there. He said okay. But Shuanglong Mountain was hard to get to. Even Texas wouldn't take us. So Mr. Wen kept carrying me on his back and kept running and running and running and running. I fell asleep in my dream too. But did we ever get to see the rainbow? Nevertheless, it didn't really matter. I just wanted the dream to last a little longer. And longer and longer. Okay. We now have Rocky there. Rocky's colour is obviously white. Let's have a quick look at Rocky's profile, shall we? There we are, Rocky. Beijing Yingnan Junior High School. Went to the Yingnan High School, loved tennis and soccer. In high school, uploaded some photos taken by his roommates. Started with rival room was a high school girl living with an art teacher. So you're the bastard, are you? Okay. But with that, let's say goodbye to these people. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day. Join me next time when I will do something else. Probably the letters which I've just got. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye bye.